back in the game. Everybody losing their mind talking about the Cotto fight. He won 8 rounds. He won 7 rounds. He won by, it was 5-4. It was a draw. People, he lost the fight. What is there to talk about? Did he win this round? Did he win that round? This round could have went either way. The end result is it wasn't going to amount to him having more rounds than Mayweather. So the fight was a wash. It don't even matter. Why are people arguing about that? Now, we can take it back even further. Okay? Since everybody's in an uproar about all this nonsense, let's take it back even further. When everybody saw the fight being made, they said the fight was not going to be competitive. They said it was a whitewash. Floyd is going to run through him and it's all over. Cotto was done. I didn't see that happening. I told y'all what was going to happen. And now when I tell y'all and it comes true, and y'all see that it was a tough fight, fighting him at 154, now everybody's like, okay, well, something must be wrong with Mayweather. Because it didn't go the way we thought it was going to go. He was in a tough fight. He threw more punches than he's ever thrown in probably the last 10 years. And he still did what he had to do. People don't understand. You don't understand boxing. Just because Mayweather was bleeding don't mean Cotto was winning more rounds. His bleeding started in the second round. I mean, but it's hard for people to watch the fight and get the understanding. Because you guys were scoring the fight off emotion. Which I get you. You know, you get caught in the moment of him just doing something. But the thing is, he was doing something. I give you that. But you got to go back further than that. You have to go ahead and look at the facts of it. Okay? Miguel Cotto was throwing a lot of punches, but a lot of it was being blocked. Alright? Floyd Mayweather, he had a cold. That's true. If you don't believe me, go back and watch the Arrival. When they arrived, watch that video. Watch when he's doing his interview. Then watch him on the final presser that Thursday. Oh, what was that? Wednesday? I think they did the final presser on Wednesday. They arrived Tuesday. And then the final presser was on Wednesday. Listen to the voices. You can see and perfectly tell Mayweather had a cold or something was wrong. I thought he just woke up that morning. I'm like, he must have just woke up. He's doing the interview and you can hear his voice is scratchy like anybody who has a cold. But it didn't affect the performance. He said his hand was hurt also. I don't know which one. I didn't even inquire about it. But I heard that his hand was sore, so he didn't spar as many rounds in the final week that he would like to normally because of that. So a lot of things came into fruition, but I think it had nothing to do with the outcome of the fight. Because he fought a great fight. He had a good game plan. It's just certain things I would like to have seen him done earlier. And it would have stopped this fight probably in the 7th of 8 rounds. But now we're moving right along. Keeping things current. Keeping it moving. And what else y'all talking about with Mayweather? What's next? I will tell you right now. Top secret information. What's next with Floyd Mayweather? And I guarantee you I ain't wrong. Rest. He's going to rest. He's going to spend his time with his family and he's going to rest. The man just got through fighting. Come on. I mean, I'm answering all y'all questions on one video. So y'all can get it here and no place else. So that's what he's going to be doing. Resting. Now, Miguel Cotto. 2 weeks from now, he's going to be making a big statement from Caguas, Puerto Rico, addressing this fight that just happened. He's probably going to say, I won more rounds, but it doesn't really matter. You lost the fight. You gave it your all. Had nothing to be ashamed of. He's going to announce his future plans and and what he's going to do. And everybody wants to see Canelo, Cotto. That's the only one on the sheet right now that I know, because Canelo has the September 15th pay-per-view date. That we know. It's going to be his first headline pay-per-view. So Cotto's the only name that makes sense that could even make a pay-per-view event with Canelo. Unless someone like Victor Ortiz go up, which that wouldn't make any sense. And you're not going to put him in the ring with Kirkland. You're just not going to put him in the ring with Kirkland. At least not right now. And they're going to try to squeeze Laura and Vanes Matarozen as in a title eliminator for the WBC. But Vanes is rightfully saying he would love to fight Laura, but he's not going into it unless he has a guarantee that the winner of that fight gets to fight Canelo. So, and I don't blame him. The man's been number one contender. It's time for him to get his just due. He's owed this. Now, everybody wants me to talk about Lamont Peterson and the him testing positive for a steroid and all of this stuff with VADA. I didn't want to speak on it and jump out there because a lot of people was quoting this from an intern at Max Boxing. You know, if somebody else from Max Boxing would have came out and said, "Hey, this is what's going on," and then I would have said, "Okay, well, he's pretty credible." But not when it's an intern. You know, they could have heard it in the office. They could have heard it from someplace else in the office. Whoever the secret source is, you know, it could be sketchy because of who you're getting the information from. So I would rather hear it from the guy at Max Boxing and not the intern at Max Boxing. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that the intern is wrong, but he could take the information. It could be half truth. It could be tainted in some way. And when you're dealing with a situation like steroid use, you kind of want to not go out there and write articles or put things out there unless you have the right, accurate information. Now that we have exactly what has been sent to the Nevada State Athletic Committee from the findings at VADA, we can go ahead and go off those records, okay, and say, okay, this is the source. We have someone credible to quote. Okay, now we can come out and say, okay, he tested positive for this, and what does this mean? Now, if he was using USADA testing, the fight would be off. Okay, but see, this what I was trying to get to other people's head is that this is where the problem ensues. This is where it really goes down into the grit of what's really going on. Okay, if the fight is off, everybody loses money. The belts, they say, well, they could strip him for the title. If they do, they get paid off the sanctioning fee. So if they strip the title, they could do that from him and put the titles vacant and still sanction the bout, where they got to pay a sanctioning fee whoever wins. But if Lamont Peterson wins, he doesn't get the belts. I mean, they could do that, but he should be punishable and suspended for a year. The fight is called off. The fighter is immediately suspended for a year if this is USADA. So is VADA following USADA? They were coached by USADA. What's his name? Travis Tigert or whatever from USADA. He coached the lady over there at VADA who used to be the ringside physician. But it's still more to come. You know, this isn't a done thing right now. Like, the Peterson side of the camp has got to tell their story and where they're going to go from this. Like, how did this happen? So this soap opera is still going to build up. And maybe Khan gets his just due. Maybe he doesn't. But this kind of sheds a light on the subject to make it even more crazy, because Peterson wanted Khan to take the test. It was his idea to bring in VADA. It's like, hey, come on in. That's like Floyd Mayweather saying, I want to get Manny Pacquiao. We're going to take this test. And Floyd come up there. You know, it's like, whoa. That's what it shocked everybody, because VADA was his idea. So now it's like, you the one that's dirty. Something ain't right here. But now everybody sees Mayweather's plight. We need this type of testing in the sport. Now you see why we need these tests? Look, I'm out. I gave y'all too much information right now. I'm a little parched. I'm going to go ahead and on Boxing Socials. We got a good debate going, too. If you want to get in the chat and get in there, we got a Gamboa versus Adrian Bronner chat going on right now. I can't believe I just heard this dude say Gamboa going to beat Bronner. Bronner going to beat the brakes off him. And we going back and forth, me, Jeff, and all these other Gamboa heads. Gamboa is a walking, defenseless. Oh my God! Adrian Bronner's defense is way better than him. I mean, we talking light years better than Gamboa's. Gamboa has no defense. He keeps his left hand low. It's easy to clip him. And he's too small for Bronner. Bronner is way bigger than him. Way bigger. He will crush him. He gonna hit him with that right hand and he gonna say, okay. Then he gonna come back and drill him. If he get to land it, defense win fights. It'll be like just like the fight we just saw, basically. Gamboa is not slick. You know what? I'm going off again. I'm in the chat room with it. That's where you hear those little beeps. Everybody going off in the chat. Matter of fact, I'll put the link to the chat in there in the box, and y'all can just go in there. I gotta get back to it.